Welcome to Animates, a retro anime review comedy podcast. These episodes contain spoilers and adult language, so stick around if you're cool like that. Hello and Happy New Year's to all of our retro anime fans. We hope you had or are having a good holiday season. My name is Mackenzie, joined by my lovely co-host Lindsey.
Happy New Year!
Just waiting for that ball to drop.
Hey.
But, Lindsey, I had mentioned that I wanted to start the year off weird.
Oh no.
And memeing you. So I had planned to bring 5 whole episodes of ecchi this week. But then, you gave me 3 great shows in a row. Yu Yu Hakusho, Space Family Carl Vincent, and Tokyo Godfathers. And then I also gave you an emotional crisis between both Evangelion and Gunbuster.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So I felt bad.
Good! You should feel bad. Can I send you my therapy bill?
I changed my plans. But for the folks at home, I want them to know this does not mean we're not going to be getting weird soon, okay? I have plenty more series planned in the coming months that are a mix of straight up classics, straight up batshittery, and straight up skirt.
I can't believe you just said that. Partially because that was such good writing. How dare you?
The look on your face when it just like completely lost all emotion for a second was fantastic. I'm sad we're not a video podcast.
Oh man, I'm glad we're not a video podcast because my hair looks insane.
This week, I'm going to treat you with something that I know you'll like. In fact, it's our first ever sequel that we've ever done.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I was going to do a sequel.
Last December, you had me watch a series.
Oh my gosh, you son of a bitch! Are you stealing what I was going to bring as a sequel?
We're about to find out. This series I enjoyed quite a bit. It had a unique style and it introduced me to an author whose other works I've since learned to enjoy. Now, for the folks at home, it's not technically a direct sequel. It's more of a shared universe with recurring characters set 10 years after the original. Lindsey looks very angry with me right now. Do you have any idea what I might be talking about?
I don't know. Is it maybe a little series called Saz and Aizu, aka 3x3 Eyes?
No.
Oh!
You're sitting here giving me these death eyes.
I was like, damn it, I was going to bring the sequel to the second part of Saz and Aizu. Damn it. Okay, well, spoiler alert. We're going to revisit that.
No, Lindsey.
I also just realized you said you were going to bring me something happy because it's been all so sad and depressing. And I went, demons?
This week, we will be hearing stories from a slightly different neighborhood when we watch the sequel to Gokincho Monogatari, aka Neighborhood Stories, Paradise Kiss.
I've been wanting to watch this for so long. I'm so excited that we're doing this.
I thought I'd give you something I knew you were going to want.
Oh, this makes me so happy. It's Ai Yazawa.
This style is a little more mature than Neighborhood Stories was, but it still has that Ai Yazawa charm, that classic look.
She has such beautiful work. I just like the fashion in it, the style of it. It's all so gorgeous.
I could not have been happier than you thinking, I thought you knew. I thought you knew what I was going to give you. I thought you were so mad because I had taken your next episode.
It's because I've been watching.
Hey, now I know it's coming. You know what? I'm stoked about it. I don't know when I'm getting it, but I'm stoked regardless. But no, for the folks at home and for you, I guess, the story kind of goes like this. Yukari, aka Caroline, gets whisked away into the world of high fashion.
Oh my gosh.
And I say whisk, but it's kind of more of a light kidnapping.
Oh.
And that's not even that much of a joke. She's free to leave, but there's a moment of light kidnapping. But the show, complete with, eccentric designers, glitter, drama, and a love story that's as couture as it is complicated.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
So yeah, you'll be watching a cool and easy 3 episodes of Paradise Kiss.
Oh, this sounds so amazing, and I'm so excited. I want to watch it all.
You love fashion. You love Ai Yazawa. You love not having existential crises.
Oh man,
it's a good way to start the new year.
No, this is going to be great. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm so excited to not just be like, what does it all mean? We should
Just get
just
to
let everything end.
stare at the pretty. And the cool thing about this is that, yeah, we still get to see the characters from Neighborhood Stories every now and again. They're not
I
the
love
main
that.
characters, but they're there.
That's fine. Yeah.
As long as our
I'm
hot
excited to
red-haired
see-
goth mommy is there, we're good.
Ooh, yeah.
What matters the most to me.
100%. That's the most important part of this.
So, that being said, we're going to cut this quick and go watch Paradise Kiss. And we're back from watching 3 episodes of Paradise Kiss. And I have to ask, Lindsey, was this a flawlessly tailored masterpiece or was it falling apart at the seams?
Oh my gosh. First off, excellent metaphor, I guess.
Both pun and metaphor?
I think. No, I really liked this one. I mean, I have my like things about it that I'm like, but like, God, damn it, Ai Yazawa. This is so good.
Like, we only watched 3 episodes for the podcast, and these are the only 3
Well-
episodes I've actually seen.
I was like,
I'm-
you only watched 3 episodes.
I
I watched 5 by accident.
I was going to say, I'm assuming you watched more because I plan on watching the remaining 9 this week.
Oh, I'm absolutely going to finish watching this.
Like, it's so good.
I even told you before we started recording, I was like, I looked into buying the manga.
Yeah, it's so freaking good.
I know. I'm like, it speaks to so much of me. It's like, you've got your punks, you've got your fashion, you've got, it's so good.
Yeah, Ai Yazawa's style is so iconic.
Oh, it's beautiful. Like, the eyelashes are just big and flirty, and I love them.
Oh, so good. And for people who are frequent listeners, they would know that we love shows that have like standard animation with like little chibi moments thrown into it
Mhm.
when it's done well.
Yes.
And this is another kind of, for me personally, I think it's another banger of like this perfect blending of just like silly ham-fisted chibi anger in the back and single dot eyes in moments of shock with like beautiful stylistic Ai Yazawa art.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so damn good.
Oh my gosh, they're just so funny. I was like, it's not your standard chibi artwork,
No.
but it is really funny because it is like they're literally just have like balls for hands, and they're basically just like a bunch of circles.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like cute little chibi. It's like, no, we are grade 3 artwork here.
Oh man, yep, no, it's pretty fun. I also like that they had, I guess, a brand partnership with Franz Ferdinand for the show because
Okay.
they're fucking everywhere.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's talk opening and closing right now. I guess
All
we're
right,
starting
let's
with
do
the
it.
ending. Oddly enough, it fits.
I know. I was like, what? How does this work so well?
The second that song came on, I was like, oh, is this just like an English dub thing? Nah, that was a Japanese closer too.
Yep, 100%. Well, and it was really funny because I accidentally started on episode 6 because the set I was watching it on, I thought it started me on episode 1, it started me on episode 6. Hence why I watched 5 episodes instead of 3. But there's so many posters in like bedrooms of people or whatever of just the Franz Ferdinand cover art. And I was like, is someone just like obsessed with this band? Like, I understand that Franz Ferdinand was like quite big in the early 2000s, but I didn't realize they were like that big.
I mean, they must be massive in Japan.
They must be.
They got that Tom Waits style going on. I don't know if you get
Do
that
they?
reference.
I was
No,
like,
he has a song called Big in Japan.
Oh,
Never mind.
I'm sorry.
That-
I thought you
that-
meant like because I'm not quite familiar with Tom Waits. Like, I know of the man and I know a
That
couple of his
was-
songs.
That was a deep cut from a compilation CD I had from like some punk compilation CD from like 2004. So I don't know why I would have thought you would have gotten that reference.
I don't know. You don't know how big of a Tom Waits fan I am. I mean, clearly not that big.
Not that much, no. I don't know what the relevance is with Franz Ferdinand, but yeah, it hit, and I was like, with that like cute back like ending like visuals going on, and I was
'cause
like,
they do the like weird chibi stuff for that too.
yeah, But I was like, I don't usually listen to a lot of Franz Ferdinand. I don't think I've ever put that on my Spotify in my life. Just when it happens to be on in like something playlisty or something, sure, I'll let it play. But I was just like, damn, okay.
Yeah,
you get it.
Do you wanna? I was like, well, it works.
Yeah. But then there's the opener.
Oh, I texted you about this. That opener is incredible.
There is a digital tone they use that for some reason just tingles my insides perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand
Man.
why, but it's just so good.
Well, it even like, okay, so the name is called Lonely and Gorgeous. And I was like, I love the name.
By
'Cause
Tomoko Kawase.
I too am lonely and gorgeous. Yeah, Tony February 6th is the artist.
So Tomoko Kawase goes by pseudonyms Tommy February 6 and Tommy Heavenly 6.
Ooh.
She's been going since like 1995. She's in a band called The Brilliant Green and a bunch of other stuff. She's done music for Gundam, Soul Eater, Pokemon, other stuff. I can't remember.
Cool.
She has been cited as an influence by Charlie XCX.
Oh, cool. I mean, I could see it. She has that kind of, I don't know, like fun, poppy, girly. I don't know. I really like her music and I'm probably going to listen to more of her. I mean, as soon as I heard the song, like the theme wasn't even over and like they credit her with the title of the song. And I was like, well, I'm adding it to my Spotify liked songs right now. And I did that.
If there's something I have learned when it comes to getting you into any anime, be it modern, retro, whatever, is a good theme song. Because
what are you talking about?
Mashal was the last thing I'd thought you'd enjoy, but just one listen of that theme song at my house when we were recording in person, and then like 2 days later, you're like, I've almost finished season 1.
I was like, you know what? Because I think I had like the bridge part stuck in my head, and I was like, you know what? I have Crunchyroll now. Maybe I'll give it a try. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's a bunch of dumb himbo humor. I love it.
Yeah, so I've learned that if I want to get you into anything, I need to find the best version of the intro song. So the series get a new intro song every season, but I gotta like find you that one, and that always tends to work. So as soon as you message me,
Maximum the Hormone did a theme song for Chainsaw Man, and I still haven't gotten into that one.
Yeah, but you haven't really watched it though. You didn't watch it with the theme song. You watched a bit with me where I kind of like zoomed through things to be like, look at the blood and gore. But Chainsaw Man is incredible, so you should definitely watch that. But first, you need to I'm getting off topic here, but you need to watch Apothecary Diaries. It's so beautiful.
All right. Wasn't there like a Boy Love Vampire one that you told me to watch? Or is that one not come out yet?
That wasn't come out yet.
Oh, damn it.
But anyways, back on track with Paradise Kiss. Opening banger, ending song, incredible. It fits.
It works. It works well.
Also,
brand partnership secured.
Hell yeah. Back on the art real quick. Mm-hmm. There's like weird moments of just real life photography.
Yeah.
But then there's drawn moments, like for example, George's car is like vintage Jaguar, which is just like beautifully like drawn and painted. And it's so out of place style wise to them make actual characters and sometimes the backgrounds, but for some reason, because of just who George is, it fits.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a favorite character, Lindsay?
Oh man, don't ask me this. Okay, so I kind of like Miwako. Okay. I called her Pinky in my notes.
Yeah, Pinky is
Pinky
adorable.
And Punky.
You'd think that her like high-pitched, just like excited voice would get annoying, but it didn't.
No, it worked for the character. And the thing was, I had a friend in university, and she literally was Miwako.
Nice.
Pink hair, Lolita dresses, super stylish, made her own clothes, like literally was her.
And I love that they tie her in as being the younger sister of the main girl from Neighborhood Story.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even clock that.
Oh.
Mikako? Yeah.
Yeah, Mikako Kuda.
Mikako.
She is her sister, which I'm not sure how the timeline ends up for this because we didn't see her having a sister, I don't believe, in that actual show.
No, I thought it was like just her and her mom.
So I'm not sure how that timeline works.
Well,
But
they have all three of the kind of leads
Mhm.
from them making
Yep.
cameos because
They got Risa, they got Tsutomu.
Tsutomu, haha, Tsutomu, that one. He plays a photographer in a later episode.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
And then
and Mikako is a like
fashion designer. Happy
yeah,
Berry
she
or
meets
whatever.
she meets with Caroline to tell her about like this modeling agency that her friend runs.
The thing I like about this is that it's the same universe, but it's not trying to be neighborhood stories.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a mature new narrative,
Mm-hmm.
but it still feels familiar.
Yeah, it's not us having to learn a bunch of new lore.
No, we know what's going on. These people love fashion. They love looking hot. They love just being awesome.
Mhm.
My favorite character,
Yes.
it's a split between George.
Really? You like George?
I'll get into it.
Okay. I was like, he's so gaslighty though.
And Isabella.
Oh yeah, I like Isabella too.
Isabella is a trans woman.
Oh, is she? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Isabella's a trans woman, and she has taken on the role of being the mother for the group. And she's awesome. Her fashion's
Mhm.
great. She has that crazy little flower design on her eye that I for some reason I
amazing.
just
Her
really love.
eyelashes are beautiful.
Oh, so good.
Oh my gosh. Also,
So
she's a
good.
cutter, which is what I do. So I'm
Now we
also
should
like-
note, folks at home, we're talking
Oh,
about cutting
yes.
patterns in fabric.
Yes, 100%. Okay, so here's a quick lesson for people who don't understand fashion and apparel production. A cutter is the person who translates the designer's illustrations into patterns and cuts the fabric for the stitcher to then sew. That is what a cutter does. They do a lot of other things, but like that's the bare bones of it.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Right. People don't, not everybody works in this industry.
So, okay, fuck it. We'll talk about it now, just because, fuck it, you mentioned it.
Yeah, talk about George.
So-
Why do you like George?
I don't think he has bad intentions.
Okay.
I think he's genuinely trying to be a good mentor for her, but he clearly is into her and he's obviously making his moves. He's been weird and a little bit creepy with meeting her at the library because her brother happened to tell him he was going to be there. But I don't think it was meant to be in like a weird stalkery way. I think he just legitimately wanted to go hang out with her.
Interesting. I feel like he is a rich guy who's never been told no and is very good at manipulating people into doing what he wants them to do. Like he felt very, just like gaslighty and manipulative to me. But also he wore a beautiful suit. He wore a couple. He has great style.
Now, I should note, I'm specifically talking about him and our main girl.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like you said, with other people, he 100% will do whatever he wants to get his way,
Mm-hmm.
which is not a good trait to have.
No, don't do that.
Look, there's moments in episodes where I'm just like, oh, George. Oh my.
Do you mean like, oh, George, as in like, how George?
Oh.
George.
Like, drop my napkin on the ground to, oh no. Will
That
someone
one
grab
suit.
it for me?
That one suit when he meets with her after she like loses her ID, I was like, oh, I know it's like an illustration, but that is beautifully tailored.
But I don't know, man. George's voice is so fucking suave.
Did you watch the sub or the dub?
The dub.
Okay. I was just wondering. I don't know. But I don't know. I like
You know what? Maybe, and this is going to be crazy.
ooh,
Maybe I've just been gaslit by George.
I think you might have been gaslit by George. You've never been gaslit by a man before.
Because I was like, he's so pretty and his fashion is so good and he's talking so smooth. Oh no, did I get gaslit?
Oh, everybody, it's Mac's first time getting gaslit by a man. Oh, how cute.
Oh no.
Don't worry, it won't be your last. Oh,
Well,
man.
Let's get to episode 1. The opening to this, I will admit, on episode 1 confused the crap out of me. I thought I'd turn on the wrong thing because there was like a bunch of like silly little critters crawling around in real world photographs. And I was like,
Mhm.
I think the streaming link is broken.
What the hell is this? I know, and they have like a 3-second cold open and then they go straight into the theme.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, okay. I don't know what the point of this was, but we're here now and we're bopped along to a great song. Oh man. But yeah, episode 1 starts pretty simple. Caroline, our hot lead, is just walking down the street and some punk stops her and she obviously gets really uncomfortable, which is fair. And she like starts running away from him and he's like, no, but like I think you're really pretty and that you'd be a good bot up it. And then like she runs into Isabel and she thinks that Isabel is the Grim Reaper and that she's gonna die.
I was so pissed off for a second because he throws an entire burger in the trash. He's taking one bite of this burger and he's like, hot girl, in the trash, burger you go.
I'm no longer hungry. Nope, never mind. Not going to finish that sentence.
Also, way to have zero fucking tact. Because if you were like, hey, I'm actually working I go to school for fashion and we're looking for a model for our upcoming fashion show, that would have been so much fucking better than just like, hey, hot girl.
Been like, hey, you're really pretty. You're pretty. You should stop walking away from me. Like, that's not going to help, dude. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he's like, what, 16?
No, actually.
How old is he?
So they're in their final year. This is their final project. According to the wikis, a lot of them are like 18 at the start of this.
Oh, okay.
17, 18.
Okay.
Isabella for sure is 18. Yeah, it's like their last, like, they're coming into the final exams, basically, which is a good chance because I was 18 in like high school and whatnot. But I was so mad about that stupid fucking burger.
Food rage.
When I first saw Isabella, I was like, why are you so pretty?
I know, she's so
those
cool.
lashes.
I wish my eyelashes looked like that.
But then they just fucking kidnap her.
I know. She like passes out. They're like, well, I guess we're just going to take you to this undisclosed location that you've never been to before. We'll just like take care of you, I guess. And I was like, oh no. Like it's clearly in a basement.
Right?
Oh my gosh. And yeah, she wakes up and she's like, oh, angels must have pink hair. Because it's Miwako. And it's and it's funny because she like wakes up and then Miwako's immediately just like, you should model for us. And I'm like, you guys, she just came back to consciousness. Like, wait for her head to stop spinning before you try to cast her.
Never.
Or maybe they were like, well, she's still groggy. Maybe she'll say yes.
Not everyone is gaslighting like George, apparently, here, okay?
But yeah, so they were like, we're third-year fashion design students at the Yazawa School of Design, which I was like, I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Little self-insertion.
But yeah, it's kind of funny because she is like, they ask her if she wants to be like their model, and she's kind of a bitch to them and was like no.
Hardcore a bitch to them. And I get like you just woke up in a basement.
Yeah.
But also like
lightly kidnapped.
They're just being so nice to you and you're just being so rude.
I know. And then like Arushi kind of throws it right back at her. And I was like, yeah, you kind of deserve that, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then this is where we learned that Pinky decided to give her the name Caroline. And she's like, what? She's like, I didn't know your name.
Yeah,
so I just thought you looked like a Caroline.
And decides to just stick with that forever.
100%. I was like, you know what? Perfect. Makes my life easier. I can remember Caroline.
Miwako's adorable.
Oh, she's so cool, so cute, so adorable.
Very much so a Mikako sister.
Yes, I would agree with that. Man, it's great. But yes, as she's leaving, she tells Caroline to drop in whatever. And this is when we meet George, and he likes her look. So that's fun. And she leaves. But what happened was she left her little ID booklet at the place.
Yeah.
It fell out of her whatever. And they like look and there's like a Polaroid of some boy in the back. And then we get this cute little flashback to Caroline taking the photo. And she almost like,
oh my gosh,
falling off a cliff trying to get it secretly.
She's so sad about losing the photo because she's like, I almost died for that photo.
I know. Man.
Couldn't just ask her classmate on a field trip to get a photo. That's pretty normal fucking thing to do.
100%.
You just gotta hide in the bushes and creep them.
I remember we were on vacation when we were younger, and there was this beautiful man walking down the beach in a Speedo. And my dad helped my mom wingman. and get a picture of him. So he was like, I'll stand here. You pretend to take a picture of me and you can take a picture of him. It'll be fine. But the thing is, he kept walking and my mom wasn't taking the picture fast enough. So she kept moving to try and get him. And he noticed. So he just looked at her and smiled. And then when they got the picture developed, her coworker just cut my dad out of the photo and made it my mom's screensaver at work.
But also, hell yeah to your dad for being like, yeah, hon, I'll help you get a photo of this hot dude.
It is like an infamous story in my family.
That's incredible.
Man.
Well, time for some more George.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So later she's walking when George stops by in his suit to turn on the Riz to convince her to be the model. And it's like, oh, you forgot your ID at the... I don't know why I'm giving him that voice. That is not his voice.
Hey, I'm George.
Hi, I'm... Oh, no.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself.
That was not good.
Okay, I need your thought on this.
Okay, I'll give you my thoughts.
He's like, you forgot your ID. And she's like, oh, great. Can I have it? And he goes, I didn't bring it with me. I just came to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
You got to admit that's a pretty good icebreaker flirting move. Being like,
and he gives her a rose.
Yeah, just to be like, hey, you got to come back and hang out with us again. Mm-hmm. That's pretty fucking smooth. If I was like talking with a girl at like a coffee shop and I'd like lost something there and she like let me know to, hey, come pick it up. And I was like, hey, yeah, I can do a thing. Like some cute girl. And she was like, oh, I didn't actually bring it. It's actually at this coffee shop down the road. You should come with me. I'd be like, oh my God.
Oh my, I will follow you anywhere, I guess.
Mamma mia.
Oh.
Here we go again. Oh. My. How can I forget you? So
yeah, it was
this is what we're
iconic.
talking about, where he's like, he's suave with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah. And then he also gets he like takes her in his vintage Jaguar that he just got 3 days ago. And then, oh my gosh, I love that she comes back. They're like, oh, is that George's new girlfriend? I thought he was gay. And he goes, I'm bi. And I was like, yes, BiCon.
Hell
Come
yeah.
through.
Also, their stylist is like, you need a haircut. And she just fucking agrees.
You mean the wild Liam O'Brien?
Oh, is that Liam O'Brien?
That's Liam O'Brien.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
I was like, I know that voice.
I didn't pick up on it.
Yep. I also loved his introduction where he like flips his hair and there's just like sparkles.
Oh yeah. Like, just to really emphasize that he's pretty.
He's so pretty.
Everyone in the show is pretty. It's like there's every single main character.
Why is there no Uggos? I went to fashion school. Uggos go to fashion school.
Not this school. But
not at the Yazawa School of Design.
They're just like, you need to change. And then they give her baby bangs.
Yeah, they give her micro bangs, which I mean, like, don't look bad on her.
So that's what I was going to say. When at first I was like, you're going to agree to a haircut? What are they going to do? And I was like, oh, huh.
I know. Not everybody can pull off a micro bang.
And then they put her in that outfit.
I know, and it's so good.
And I was like, damn, okay. The baby bangs be cracking.
Oh, yeah. They look incredible.
And no, I love a baby bang in real life anyways.
I mean, you have one right now.
Oh, shut up.
You do? What is that? That wasn't a read. You have one. I'm looking at your face right now.
It's a mullet.
You have a baby bang in the front.
Chop cut in the front. Making me sound like I'm walking around like you got fucking Japanese baby bangs like thinly splayed across my forehead.
Oh, man. No, they're cute. You look good. You look handsome. You look rugged.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the outfits are so fucking good.
Oh my gosh. They're incredible. I love it. I don't know why we're surprised. Like, it's Ai Yazawa. Like, she's incredible. Oh, I wish I could design as good as she does. Anyways, so we learn, because he, like, tricks her into coming back to the studio to, like, get a fitting. Which also, they're like, can you take her measurements? And then she, like, she doesn't take them properly. And then at one point she just measures the toilet, which I thought was very funny. I was like, that's a fun little comedic beat. I like that.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, no, it's great. We learned that Paradise Kiss is the name of the brand that they make.
Parakiss for short.
Parakiss, which I was like, all right, we can talk about the branding later.
I was going to say, what's the fucking point of shortening it?
I
Like,
don't know.
It already says on the label Paradise Kiss.
I know.
It's not much hard. Like, Parakiss sounds weird. It sounds like a
Parakeet.
Pokemon.
Oh, okay. Yes. Next, who's that Pokemon? I'm going to call something a Parakiss.
Because there's one called Parasect.
Okay.
Anyways.
Oh, man. But it's great because, like, then Miwako, like, explains, like, oh, George designs, Isabella's the cutter, and then, you know, me and Arushi, we sew the things. And it, like, kind of gives her the rundown of, like, oh, this is actually, like, a lot of work, and there's a lot of passion that goes into it, but there's a lot of art, like, artistry that goes into this.
We're not just weirdos in a basement of an old bar just making
like,
out on pool tables.
which they are. But so I liked that part because it does kind of really bring to light how much work goes into apparel design.
Yeah, it's the thing I like about anime that are in like specific genres such as like fashion or cooking is when they actually are like, this is a real thing people do and it takes effort.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like, I crack an egg and I've got an omelet. It's like, no, you crack the egg, you dice this, you do this, you do this, all the little pieces. It shows them folding it and doing that like umaroshi rice or whatever it's called. Love that.
The artistry behind it. But anyways, she, after finding this out, she apologizes for her previous actions, which I was like, girl, good for you. Like, take responsibility for your shitty behavior. And then they're like, do you still want to be, can you be our model? And then she's like, I don't know. And they're like, okay, well, you have 3 days to decide if you want to be it.
We don't like you that much that we're going to risk our entire thing on just you.
Well, exactly. So I was like, that's fair. Because they're like, we have to like find fabric and we can only get enough to do this. Then we have to cut it. We have to build it. We have to blah, blah, blah. You know, so I was like, yeah, that's fair. So a timeline has been set for her for when she needs to decide if she wants to go through this. Because we also kind of get to learn that she is not the like smartest person in her family and that education and academia was never really her strong suit, I guess. Like she is in this really fancy private school, but she's like the mid-lower range of her class.
Yeah, she has to go to like Saturday school to like get caught up on stuff.
Mm-hmm. It is this kind of story of identity and trying to figure out like where you fit within the world and what your skills are and what you can use and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, on to episode 2.
We're in episode 2.
Oh, okay.
This is where like George goes to like, yes, next is like George going to her like
in the library
where she's studying and whatnot. And then we learned that her brother just like told him where she'd be, but he was playing it off all like suave, like, oh, what a happenstance.
He's like, I just came here to research Rococo fashion.
And again, though, she's like, oh, I'm trying to study. And he leaves her alone.
Yeah.
He does. He goes and sits in a garden and does his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he's actually trying to be a good mentor. But holy shit, when we see her brother and he has the same fucking bangs as her, I just cackled. Because like I wasn't expecting this like 2-foot tall child to have little baby bangs.
I mean, if there was anybody to have baby bangs, I think it would be a child.
I guess, but it's just like it was out of nowhere. And I was like, I wasn't paying attention during the delivery of the next line when she's talking to her like classroom crush. When she's like, oh, because like her like friends talking about how you can't tell girls their hair is nice because it's sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Which is dumb shit that people say when they're told.
Wow, cancel culture, man.
Yeah, they're like, oh, what if I can't yell at someone from my car? I just can't say they look pretty. Not the same fucking thing.
Nope, not the same thing at all, my dude.
But she's like internal monologue, and she's like, oh, I'd love to be sexually harassed by this guy. And I thought she said that out loud to him.
I know, I thought she did too, and I was like, whoa, girl, you bold.
I snap cut it up from my fucking notes. Like, what? And I was like, oh, that was internal. Oh my God, okay. Because I was like, damn, girl.
No, I thought the exact same thing. And I was like, wow, she got very bold very fast. Oh, she's saying it in her head. Okay. Copy. Oh, man. Yeah, I thought it was very funny. Because, the next scene, she walks in on Pinky and Punky just on top of each other on a pool table. And she's like, oh.
We've all been caught making out with someone before.
Have we?
Have you not? By friends or something?
Oh, gosh. Am I really boring?
Apparently.
Wow.
Sorry. Some of us have been caught making out with someone before. which is fine, not a big deal. Friends just go ha ha ha. But like a pool table, that doesn't seem comfortable.
Well, they're like on top of each other.
Like those have like lips and edges and like indents and.
I mean, it's not the weirdest place I've seen people have sex.
Well, they weren't doing that.
Well, no, but I mean, like getting hot.
Yeah, I guess.
Being amorous.
But like, just seems uncomfortable. There's
Now you
couches
just
and
get
everything.
over that lip and then you're fine.
People, you think the pool table felt is going to be nice, but it's just going to scratch you up.
It's going to be like a sensory nightmare for me. I'm just going to like hear it on my back and just, no.
Yeah, Caroline is like, nope, 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 nope.
Oh, get me out of here. She finds Isabella, then they go in and then they're like,
Okay.
we weren't doing anything.
Isabella being the mom of the group, like, or Miwako comes over and she's just like, honey, we've got guests, and like buttons up her shirt for her.
Oh, it's so cute. I love this group of friends.
Ugh, I know.
Well, and it's funny because they go in, you know, and Isabella like gets the kids to be polite. We have company over. And then she goes to make her tea and she's like, oh, darn it, we're out of leaves. And so Caroline is like, well, I can go. And Miwako.
Because she just wants to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. And then Miwako is like, well, I'll join you. And so they like get this like cute little, I liked it because it gives them a chance to kind of like talk. And we get to see them, their relationship grow and things like that, which was really cute. You know, we get some backstory about Miwako. And it turns out she knows Hiro, who is Caroline's crush, the boy in the Polaroid, and kind of how they like grew up neighbors or something like that.
Yeah.
And so it's like she knew Arushi
Okay.
and Hiro, and they kind of were like a cute little love triangle and stuff like that. So we get like the start of what their relationship was. And like, while they're having tea, Caroline agrees to be the model for them, which is great. To celebrate, they have a feast, which is all very locale.
I was gonna say, yeah. The Isabella made sure, you know, they can eat as much as they want, because no point in starving yourself. Just make sure it's locale.
Which I was
Because
like,
you know, but normally I'd be like, you know, fuck that model culture. But if they're currently making an outfit that's tailor made,
yeah,
you kind of can't no longer have it fit in 2 weeks when you do your fucking fashion show.
exactly. It's funny because I'm pretty sure there's a story of my sister was telling me about Jenna Fisher when she was working on that Dewey Cox movie, the like Walk Hard or something like that. She had this, she had to be like on a strict diet for it and like a plan and all stuff like that. And then she did what a lot of people do when they're on strict diets and just like couldn't take it anymore and was like, fuck this, I'm having pizza, I'm having French fries, doing all that. And then the next day she gets a set and it's when she's supposed to be wearing this like beautifully tailored riding costume and it did not fit. And the designer and the costume department had to figure out what to put her in for that day for the shoot instead.
Yeah.
So like, I get it.
Yeah, fuck model culture. But also, if it's only like a 2-week thing, then at that point it's like, you got to stick to your fucking commitments.
Yeah, exactly.
But everyone looks so fucking good.
Oh my gosh, they look incredible. I wish we still dressed up for dinner parties.
Fucking Miwako's curly pink hair, that like
Oh.
Yazawa style curl. It's so
Oh my
good.
gosh, the curls are so beautiful.
I love that girl has one sip of champagne and just drops into dream sequences instantly.
Oh my gosh, just her little Cinderella moment of like tripping over her heel and then knocking herself out for 3 hours. Which I was like, if you're unconscious for more than 15 minutes, an ambulance needs to be called.
I was going to say, they just like left her. And I mean, they looked after her, but they were just like, oh, you're unconscious?
She
We're
hit
just
her
going to
head
sit and
and
watch.
went unconscious for 3 hours and they didn't think to call an ambulance.
Yeah.
Wow. She like misses night school, cram school, like completely.
Mhm.
I was like, man, this poor girl. She is not going to make it into a college if she keeps hitting her head and passing out. Oh, man. But George, being the gentleman that he is, drives her home after she wakes up. And
These two are flirting.
they're flirting so hard. And then it like gets to that point where they're so close with their faces. And it's like, oh man, they're
Like
going to
kiss at the drop off.
Yep. Yep. And instead he just like covers her mouth with the hanky, which I was like, oh no, this got very dark very fast.
No, he was trying to wipe the lipstick off so her family didn't know what she was doing.
It's true. She wasn't getting chloroformed, everybody.
No, but god damn, I was like, oh shit.
I know.
Big old kiss. And then the fucking bait and switch with just the dabbing of the lipstick and him being, oh, I guess it's not going to come off. And then driving away, I was like, whoa.
You left her pining, my dude.
Mm-hmm.
If someone pulled that on me, I'd be like, get back here.
You're not getting away that fast.
Excuse me,
He's driving away and he like parks
just
at a
me
red
chasing in the rear view.
He parks at the next, or he stops at the next red light, right? And he looks at like his water bottle and it's like rippling like Jurassic Park. And it's just you behind like, we gonna kiss.
Where are my kisses, motherfucker?
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, incredible. In case anybody's wondering what it's like to date me.
As someone with first-hand knowledge, it's interesting.
How dare you? You couldn't drive away from me. You don't have a license.
Well, I do. It's just I don't have a car.
Oh man.
I live downtown and work from home. I don't need a car.
Fair. You don't need a car. What the fuck are you doing? Oh man. But yes, the final line of the episode is her talking about how the cologne was 10 times more powerful to her than the champs was. And I was like, ooh, our girl's in love.
Scent is a powerful thing.
I have really nice French perfume that I only put on when I go on dates.
Oh, that bottle's going to last you decades.
How dare you? Be correct.
I kid. She's a very eligible bachelorette.
I am.
On to episode 3.
Well, everybody's invited to go see Punky's next show. And George, oh my gosh. This is the cell phone scene where George asks for her phone number. And her phone number is 8675309.
Hell yeah, it is. Good old 80s music reference.
Oh, it was so good. Because it was funny, because they don't say it all at once. They say 8675. And then I was like, 309. And then she says 309. And I was like, you gotta be fucking with me.
Hell yeah, good old Tommy Two Tones.
Oh, Tommy Two Tones. It's great. And then later on in the day, Arushi skips fashion history, which is tisk tisk from me, because how are you going to learn about the muslin disease? Very important. I don't know. That's just my thing. And for those wondering what the muslin disease was, I said muslin, not Muslim. It is basically back in the day after the French Revolution, looking rich was dangerous because you would get beheaded, and something I think that we should go back to. Anyways, so women wanted to look like Greek statues, and so to do that, they would dip their muslin dresses in water before they would go out. And yeah, a lot of them got sick because when you put wet clothing on and then go outside in the cold, you get sick. So people called this the muslin disease. And these are things that you learn when you go to a fashion history course. So.
Dang it, Arashi.
Come on.
Go to class.
Go to class. You can learn about stupid things like that. Meanwhile, at the not design school, Caroline asks Hiro to go for tea. And he's like, oh, is this about getting into college? And she's like, yeah. That's absolutely the reason why I'm inviting you to tea. So they're like walking and George walks by and just ignores her and is like, nope, playtime is over.
My note is, oh shit, George drama. Like,
how dare she have someone else be interested in her?
I know.
This beautiful model-esque woman, how dare she have other people interested in her? And how dare she have interest in other people?
I know. What a hissy fit, George.
What a bitch.
But also, this is kind of a dick move on her part too for what her plan is here.
I mean, yeah, it is kind of dickish of her because she just kind of surprises Miwako. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. She just surprises her with this kid from her childhood that she told she had to not see anymore if she wanted to be with Arushi. Here he is all of a sudden because Caroline decided that she was gonna bring him to tea with them. And it's a little awkward. It's a little bit like
like it worked out in the end, kind of.
Yeah. And like the thing is she also leaves at one point.
Just to let them be.
Yeah, just to let them have their alone time and
meets up with George again.
And George gives her the cold shoulder.
Oh my God. He is Kay.
A little
I
bit.
just, yes. It's
Because
such
he
a
got told no.
fucking hissy fit.
He didn't get what he wants.
I know. But he does it so calmly and so suave, being like as hissy fit. He's just like, I want you. I don't want other people wanting you.
They haven't talked about having a relationship and what their boundaries of that is. So, like, it's totally fine for her to want to go and, play the field, see other people and stuff like that. Like, she's not devoted to him and he's not devoted to her. Like, he
Absolutely
can also
not.
go
No,
see
that's what
other
I'm
girls.
saying. It's such a hissy fit.
Mhm.
He's calm and suave about it, but he's having a hissy fit over something that, like, anytime you start dating someone, until you have discussed, hey, this is exclusive,
Mhm.
you're free to fucking date whoever else you want.
100%, baby.
Yeah, they haven't even talked about dating at all.
No.
But then there's another fucking bait and switch, and I was like, oh, they're gonna
Mhm.
kiss, and they don't
Nope.
kiss. And I was just like, fucking kiss already.
Nope.
It's only
Phone
episode 3.
rings.
Why are the episodes so fucking tense?
My note says, oh, I hate his flirting. Oh, man.
Yeah, this part was not flirting because it's just like,
I'm
like-
jealous and I don't know how to deal with my feelings.
yeah, that's not flirting.
But I mean, I guess it works because later on when she's in cram school, all she can do is think about him. Which I was like, fine. And like after this, oh my gosh. Okay, so after this, Pinky meets, Miwako meets up with her after cram school to give her a picture from the party, which is adorable.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts getting emotional about her visit with Hiro. And so they get food. And she's like, I'll be fine. I just need to take my medicine first. And pulls out just this jar of candy. I was like, sugar can heal the soul, I guess.
Look, she's sweet, she's tiny, she's pink. She
Mhm.
needs, it would make no other sense for her to have anything but a jar of candy.
Could you imagine her just pulling out like a big sloppy donair?
It's like
What
a
would be the
beaver tail
weirdest-
covered in chocolate sauce.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of
Which,
like what would be
by the way-
just a turkey leg. She just pulls out
Oh,
a
yeah.
turkey leg.
I do just want to say to anyone who happens to decide to come to Canada and you see a beaver tail shop, they're not worth it.
It's dope.
They're expensive and
They
they're
are.
messy as hell. Don't waste your time.
Trying to think of like what would be worth it for them to try. A Caesar, if you're into alcohol, do a Caesar.
I don't
Ginger
have
beef.
Caesars in the States.
No, they have Bloody Marys. It's just different.
Oh, interesting.
Do you like tomato soup but want it alcoholic in a cup?
Lovely.
Oh man, I'm selling it really good. Anyways, so while we're having medicine and eating fries, we get more of this relationship. And yet turns out that like Arushi kind of gave her an ultimatum of like, if you want to be with me, you can't ever talk to Hiro again, which is a shitty thing to do. Don't ever do that to your partners, everybody.
Don't be like that.
Yeah, so later on, what happens is she's at home. She's like, well, I guess I'll take this picture of Hiro out of my ID case and replace it with this one of George and her. And then the next
Mm.
couple of scenes is just her waiting for George to call her. 'Cause they're
Okay,
supposed
this-
to hang out and get really
This
close.
actually made me mad. He was like,
Okay.
because like when they're flirting the one time, he was like, she was like, I want to get close. He's like, you want to get close? Oh, we'll get close. She's like, when we get close? He's like, later. They're just flirting back and forth.
Saturday.
But then he's like, yeah. And he's like, after your thing. But then
Makes no plans.
He was the one who was insinuating plans.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just waited until she called him. And he was like, oh, I just figured you'd call me. Motherfucker, you're the one that insinuated the plan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No.
I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I found that really shitty. But it doesn't matter because they start making out.
Holy shit. Like, they finally don't bait and switch us. We get that kiss. She's like, oh, she's like, it's my first kiss. Ooh. And she's like, she's into it. She's not being weird about it. She's like
No.
into it.
She's like, yeah, give me the kisses.
And I was like, damn, girl. And I really love that they don't portray her as like some girl who's getting taken advantage of by like the rich guy. She knows what she wants, and it's
Mhm.
George. And she's going to get it because she's like, oh, we're going to get close, huh? Come here.
Bet.
And like, I appreciate that because so many shows, it's just like, oh, I'm the big tough man. I'm going to get that girl, blah, 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 blah.
She is my target of my desire.
But in this one, they're both into each other. And she's like, oh, you're not pulling away this time, motherfucker.
I'm getting these kisses.
We gonna smooch.
Hell yeah. Oh man. Well, and the thing is, like, the kiss is interrupted because the phone rings and he picks up and
Oh.
it's Harushi.
Well, before
And
you
now
find that out,
everyone knows.
he picks up the phone and he's like, "Hey, what's up, babe?" And for a second, I thought, "Oh, you cheating motherfucker!"
Yeah, he's like, love you.
But then it's just Arushi. But how would everyone know?
I don't know, because she
Those
didn't
were
really
not
make any
camera
noise.
phones. There's no FaceTime back then.
I have no idea. It's not
Yeah, I
super
don't-
clear.
No. But yeah, that's the end of episode 3. And I forgot
Yeah.
to mention this earlier. I love the flower transitions they do between scenes.
Yeah, that is really cool. They have a lot of good bumpers in this show.
Yeah. Like the weird stuffed animals.
Yeah. It's great. The guitar.
So obviously I knew you were going to like this.
Could you imagine if I watched it and I was like, this is fucking stupid. Fashion's terrible.
I would ask the question, you're going to watch more, but we're both going to finish the
We're both
series.
going to finish the series, yeah.
Well, Lindsay, what do you think this is rated on Map?
Oh, man. Part of me is like 8.5 because it's amazing. I do think it's in the 8s, though. 8.34?
Little high. This is rated at a 7.86.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
No, and it is also rated a little higher than Neighborhood Stories.
I could see that. That makes
by
sense.
0.2.
Oh, really? Wow.
Now, what would you rate it?
8.5.
Oh, there you go.
This is incredible. I love this
Yeah.
show. I will watch the whole thing, and I want to read the manga now.
Hell yeah. Apparently the manga is really good.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, that was I'm not going to do too much rambling at the end of this because we already know you like it. We know we're going to watch it. We're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll just send everyone home here. Thank you all for listening. If you want to get access to a very funny pre-banter video, you can check out our Patreon where I made Lindsay guess who the boobs, butts, and abs belong to from our podcast catalog. See if she could match those characters in the series. But it was all a ruse, folks. It was all a lead up to
It was all a gotcha.
A bonus episode also available on our Patreon for free. All members get it paid and free. So make sure to head over to patreon.com/animates to get access to that episode. I kid you not. It is about a series that toes the line between ecchi and hentai closely.
It is very close to being a hentai.
And it's probably the wildest thing we've watched on this show. So go check that out on the Patreon. If you do want to support us financially on the Patreon, we do appreciate that too. But all members, including free, do get access to our Discord, ad-free videos, ad-free episodes, all that kind of good stuff. So come and join our slowly growing community. Speaking of our Patreon members, I want to give a shout out to our supporting characters and our retro cuties. And moving on to our chibi champions, we've got Swamp Wizard chilling out there all alone. Go join him in that tier. And then we've also got our Nostalgia Wizard tier, where we've got Butler Rat. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
They're double dipping on us in the Animated Context Patreon, which means they don't have spaces between any of their words so that they can fit all of their message to both podcasts in one line. So I can read this.
Okay.
Butler Rat heard Railgun Season 2 for the Bird says, me, Saka from afar. Last week, Animates found a trash baby. Listen this week to know what happens.
Oh, no.
We did find a trash baby for Christmas Eve.
We did. That's what Santa brought us.
Oh. It's not a gift I want under my tree or in my trash.
No, I'm going to have to listen to the episode tomorrow and hear what the guys have to say about that name.
Well, thank you all so much for listening and supporting the show. Make sure to check out our socials and our YouTube channel at Animates on YouTube. We got a bunch of videos hopefully coming up in the next month or so here. So I think you'll have a good time with that. If you like the podcast, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, review, wherever you happen to be listening. It really helps us out a ton. And we will catch you next week when Lindsay is hosting.
Ooh.
Anyways, I'm going to go watch the rest of this in my bed.
Oh my gosh, me too.